The Premier League may have only just kicked off, but already the drama is unfolding in ways no one quite expected. Injuries and suspensions are piling up at some of the biggest clubs, leaving managers scrambling for solutions, medical teams working overtime, and fans holding their breath. From Liverpool and Arsenal's early setbacks to surprise issues across the table, this season is shaping up to test squads before the real battles have even begun. And the ripple effect is huge. Some clubs may be forced into last-minute transfer moves, while others must rely on squad depth that hasn't truly been tested. Yet let's dive into the latest round of injury, chaos, and suspension setbacks that are already shaping the storylines of the Premier League. Fresh off the high of being crowned champions, were handed an unwelcome headache after new signing Jeremie Frimpong limped off with a hamstring injury. The flying fullback, who was expected to be a key weapon in Arne Slot's high-octane system, is now sidelined until at least mid-September. While Liverpool's squad has depth, losing Frimpong so early has raised questions about defensive cover, especially with Connor Bradley only just returning to training, and Joe Gomez still short of sharpness. The timing couldn't be worse, with Newcastle, Chelsea, and Manchester United looming on the fixture list. Arsenal's situation is equally concerning. Kai Havertz, brought in to provide creativity and goals from midfield, has suffered a knee injury that threatens to derail Mikel Arteta's carefully laid plans. With Gabriel Jesus still months away from returning from an ACL nightmare and Ben White facing late fitness checks, the Gunners' squad is being stretched thin, so much so that they have dipped into the market, splashing a huge £67 million on Eberechi Eze move that screams both ambition and desperation. Eze will excite fans, but his late registration means Arsenal will have to wait before unleashing him. But the North, London Giants aren't alone in their troubles. Aston Villa are without Ezri Konsa after his red card against Newcastle, though they'll welcome back Emiliano Martinez after his suspension carried over from last season. Bournemouth's injury list is growing too, with Justin Kluivert and Ryan Christie battling for fitness and Lewis Cook sidelined until after the international break. Manager Andone Iraola may need to shuffle his pack yet again. Brentford's concerns are mounting as well. Ethan Pinnock remains a doubt, while star forward Jon Wis's absence, amid transfer speculation, could leave them short of attacking threat. Brighton, meanwhile, are sweating on Adam Webster's recovery from knee surgery, a long-term blow that may force them into defensive improvisation. And with Solly March sidelined until next month, Fabian Herzler is already juggling key absences. Burnley are one of the hardest-hit squads. Armando Broja and Axel Tuanzebe are inching closer to full fitness, but Scott Parker has been robbed of Zeki Amdouni for the long haul with an ACL setback. Chelsea's situation looks no better. Mykhailo Mudryk's anti-doping suspension hangs over them, while Romeo Lavia and Benoit Badia-Shiel won't return until after the break. Add Levi Colwill's ACL heartbreak and Omari Kellyman's lingering hamstring issues, and suddenly Enzo Maresca's options are being slashed down at an alarming rate. Crystal Palace are fighting their own battles, with Eddie Nketiah, Doucouré, and Chadi Dinanu all sidelined until at least November. Everton are still without Nathan Patterson and Vitaly Mykolenko, though David Moyes insists their returns are close. Fulham's problems are lighter, just Ryan Sessegnon and Anthony Robinson missing, but every absence counts in a league this competitive. Leeds United could hand a debut to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but Ethan Ampadu is ruled out until after the international break. Liverpool's rivals, Manchester City, have breathed a sigh of relief with Phil Foden and Rodri both cleared to face Tottenham. Massive boost for Pep Guardiola, but Josko Gvardiol and Savinho remain unavailable, meaning Guardiola will need to rotate carefully. Over at Manchester United, Ruben Amorim is relieved to have goalkeeper Andre Onana back, though Lisandro Martinez remains their long-term absentee. Newcastle's situation is dominated by the Alexander Isak saga. With the striker effectively on strike amid Liverpool's pursuit, Eddie Howe has had to make do without his star forward. Throwing more uncertainty into their campaign start, Nottingham Forest have just one major injury, but Nicolas Dominguez's knee problem is a brutal long-term blow. Tottenham, on the other hand, are deep in crisis. Destiny Udogie is close to a return, but the list of ACL injuries drag us in. Maddison reads like a nightmare scenario for Thomas Frank, who may be forced to blood youngsters or test January reinforcements sooner than expected. Ham's problems continue, with Crescencio Somerville still sidelined. While Wolves enjoy the rare luxury of a mostly clean bill of health, though Leon Chiwom's ACL injury means he won't be back until late October. So, what does all this mean? Simply put, the second week of the Premier League is already a test of survival. Managers are learning early that squad depth isn't just a chariots. The difference between keeping pace at the top or falling behind before the season has truly begun. The title race could hinge not just on tactics and form, but on who can keep their best players fit and firing. And as fans, we're left with one certainty. If this is the start, then this season promises drama, chaos, and storylines we won't forget anytime soon.